you want to talk about something that's coming back?
Yeah, go for it. You can bring it up. Go ahead.
Yeah. This won't take me just a second.
Yeah, let's hit that one.
This is kind of a nostalgic story, and I hope that it captivates some of our, maybe our older audience or maybe younger audience or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a name that you don't hear thrown around that much anymore, but it's getting thrown around again. Apparently, Packard, it's up for sale, isn't it? It's Packard, the legendary American automaker, it's for sale.
So, for those of you that don't know what this car was or what those vehicles looked like, I mean, I hate to do this to it, but if you think like Al Capone gangster movies, that would probably be, you've seen some of those vehicles. So, a lot of times they show the convertible. It's got the spare tire mounted on the side, right, with the like bug eye headlights and
right.
They were 20s and 30s, if I'm not mistaken. Jay, is that kind of their heyday?
Yeah, their heyday. I mean, they operated, and I mean, I think they the last Packard rolled off the line in 1956, I think it was. So it's been a while. So it's about 64 years ago.
Yeah.
The last one rolled off the line, and I don't. When you think of like a luxury vehicle, we here in the U.S., we think, for a U.S.-based manufacturer, we think Cadillac immediately, right?
Right.
I think that, these guys, Packard gets, really, truly, they were like the luxury vehicle in the U.S. And what's interesting to me, being someone who has worked in the aftermarket on engine sales, like, rebuilding engine, components like, valves, guides, cylinder head components, or even bottom end stuff. There are companies within the U.S., and I know one for certain that I worked with for many years at my previous job, that they are solely dedicated to supplying rebuild components, engine components, and fenders and body parts and you name it. For old Packards, and it is a viable.
It's just iconic.
Yeah, it is. It's like, it's like if you look at some catalogs in the aftermarket right now, there are certain vehicles or manufacturers that are still in the catalogs for components to be sold, like still in print in the year 2020.
Right.
Model A's, Model B's, Model T, it's still out there, man. And Packard is also one of those brands that people still rebuild a lot of.
So, some facts.
Matter of fact,
go ahead.
I was going to say, matter of fact, our friends at AERA, you go to their Process Pro tool that they have for specifications, rebuild. You can see Packard information in there all day long, man. It's crazy.
So some details behind this. There's a current group of owners that have put the name as well as a few of the other assets that are tied to that Packard name up for sale. Now, they have not been completely quiet while owning that brand name. They did like a V12 concept release in the 90s. But
I remember that.
Yeah, I think this is similar to what we were talking about with the 40th anniversary DeLorean just not too long ago. They've really got to stay true to that iconic design. If they don't, nobody will care. I mean, that's really the draw. Yeah. And the more they can make it basically just a modern version of the same vehicle, I think the better it would be, the better it would do, and from a sales perspective.
I do as well. Make it that true luxury.
Yep.
Bring the blood back, man. Make it what it was, but equip it with what the great modern, with heated seats. I mean, all the stuff that you want to put in this thing, the tech stuff.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of technology that's out there you know, put it in there. Make it the U.S.'s Rolls Royce, or you know what I mean. Make it that. We don't have that. Where did that go? Why did we lose that? Why
you have Bentley and Rolls. Those are not American brands, and I think a lot of it has to do with. I think you can't compete on price. I think you have to compete on stature. I think that's that's where the win is. But we'll see. Maybe nothing comes of this.
A lot of those are all custom builds too. Yeah. They are made to order. So this is what I think they have to be if they bring it back as a custom build, just like the DeLorean coming back. That needs to be a custom build too. And what is they fall into the category of small runs of vehicles.
So this is the same thing that was going on with the DeLorean and the regulatory stuff. It's treated differently than like Ford or General Motors.
Yeah, because it's not a mass production, right?
And so
these are low volume.
Yeah, they have different EPA requirements. They have all kinds of different. Yeah, so. I don't know, but hey, and I don't have any information on price, but if any of you are interested, I'm sure they would, be willing to have a conversation.
Well, I'll say this: you can find this article. There's an article on the Drive, and I'm going to check back in because the end of the and we'll give what's his name here? Peter Holderith is the author of this particular story. And he wants to know what you might want to know, what you might want to see in the new Packard. How would you want that revived? So go over there and give him a comment, and you could do the same thing on our if you want, and we'll communicate to him. We can do that.
Leave a comment in the video section on YouTube.
Or go to partscounterguru.com and there's a ask us a question, and there's you have the ability to leave a comment there too. Do all that stuff.